Well, welcome to week number 2 of CS394R Applied Probability. In this week, we'll be covering 2 lectures, one for each of the regular days of class we would normally have. And the first lecture that we'll be going over is sets. And this is hopefully a review for most of you, especially those of you coming from the computer science side of the house that have already had discrete structures. For the electricals in the house, some of this may be a little bit of new content, but hopefully you won't find it too difficult to understand. In this lecture, like I said, it's going to be a very quick review of sets, and we'll specifically be talking about the fundamental attributes of a set. What is a set? What does it take to be a set? And how do we represent sets in notation? We'll also talk about some of the interactions between sets. So what happens when I have 2 sets that I want to add together or 2 sets that I want to subtract from each other? What happens when I want to say, what about the things that are not in my set? We'll look at all of those as we talk about the interactions between sets and the interactions with things outside of a set. We'll also look at some of the basic properties and laws of sets. So again, mathematically, how do we represent things like addition and subtraction, and what are the laws and rules around that we have to obey, or that can give us a leg up if we see some common forms that we want to simplify. We'll also look at De Morgan's law for sets, which is a really powerful tool that allows us to eliminate some complements. When we're stuck looking at things that aren't part of a set, what do we do to look at what's in the set? We'll also look at some partitions of sets, which is basically just a way to divide a set up into different pieces. And we'll be doing a lot of that throughout this semester as we look at a larger event that we want to look at different types of events or different categories of events within that main event. So hopefully you find this lecture very informational. And again, most of this should be a review, but if you do have any problems, definitely post in the discussion forum or reach out during office hours or via email in advance of that. And I'm more than happy to help you work through any of the problems that you may be having.